So please tell us, ano yung magandang balita ba itong ibabahagi mo sa amin?
Yes, it's very good news. Compared kay Jean, earlier he was talking about yung mga undocumented migrants here in the UK. I'm going to be talking about yung mga merong visa pero malapit na silang mag-expire. Okay, so it's quite important to know what you can do to stay in the country para kayo ay hindi mag-overstay. So first of all, I'd like to state the reason na sinabi ng Home Office why they decided to extend the visas of those in the UK on mga visa na malapit ng mag-expire. So this is just a temporary measure during the pandemic. So what the government has said, they did not want anyone to become an overstayer. So that's one thing that they have said, and also not to have any problems in the future. So just briefly touching on the background about the visa extension, the first announcement about the visa extension was on the 17th of February 2020. Remember, with this coronavirus already starting way back at the end of 2019, then January, but it was in fact on the 17th of February when the government announced that Chinese nationals, or anyone from China whose visa was expiring, so for example, if they are here on a visitor visa or a student visa, or their contract is expiring, employment visa expiring, so employment contract expiring, what they can do is basically to stay in the country because they have extended ang visa nila till the end of May. So that's just for the Chinese nationals or those who are actually from China. Now, from the 17th of February, moving forward then, in March, on the 24th of March, I believe, that the Home Office announced that the extension will apply to all nationalities in the UK. So those anyone who's wishing to go back home or leave the UK, but their visa was due to expire, basically that would have been extended until the end of May. Now, a new announcement was made on the 22nd of May. Basically, what they're saying is that a further extension was given until the 31st of July 2020. So it's actually very good news to anyone who's in the UK. Their visa is about to expire and they can't go home because of the pandemic. So here you are, ang slide po natin. So if you're in the UK and your leave expires between 24th of January 2020 and 31st of July 2020, basically if you're on a short-term visas, expiring very, very soon, your visa will be extended to 31st of July 2020 if you cannot leave the UK because of travel restrictions or self-isolation related to coronavirus, the COVID-19. So you must request, so what you need to do is basically you must request an extension by updating your records with the Coronavirus Immigration Team, that's CIT for short. If your visa is expiring and you cannot leave the UK at present, but are not planning to stay in the UK in the long term, so you don't really want to stay for longer than your visa, you do want to go home, but you cannot because of the pandemic, you don't want to become an overstayer, this is the temporary measure put into place by the Home Office. So you can extend your visa. So if you have already had your visa extended to 31st of May, your visa will be automatically extended to the 31st of July 2020. But remember this, you will be expected to return your home country as soon as it is safe, if it's possible to do so. We don't know when that's going to happen. You know, in the Philippines, they have the lockdown. And if you actually go back there, you'll be quarantined for 14 days. And we also have the quarantine here in the UK. Now, If you're applying to stay in the UK long term, so I have my slide in there, you can apply from the UK to switch to a long-term UK visa until 31st of July 2020. If your leave expires between 24th of January 2020 and 31st of July 2020. So basically, this includes applications where you would usually need to apply for a visa from your home country. So just giving you an example, if you're here on a visitor visa to visit your spouse, you can apply in country, because normally a spouse visa is applied out of country if you want to be under the 5-year route. If you didn't have a visa in the UK, the first thing you would do is go back home and then apply back for a spouse visa. That would be the right thing to do. But because of the pandemic, what you're allowed to do is to switch from a visitor visa to a spouse visa in country. So they're allowing that at the moment, but you must do it before the 31st of July 2020. Now, with this extension, looking back, it's actually extended every 2 months. At the moment, they said it's the 31st of July 2020, but we just have to wait and see if they're going to extend it again, maybe in September. So we just have to wait and see. Now, as I said, if your visa will be extended to 31st of July 2020, if you cannot leave the UK because of travel restrictions or self-isolation related to coronavirus, COVID-19. Now, when you're actually switching, you'll need to meet the requirements of the route you are applying for and pay the UK application fee. So, as I said, the example earlier, if you're switching to a spouse visa, then you'll have to meet the requirements of that route, the partner route. So it's basically a different topic altogether, but it's just an example. Now, you have my slide there still, Chad? Okay. So what you can do when you want to extend your visa in the UK, you can apply online. The terms of your leave will remain the same until your application is decided. If you are not intending to apply to extend your leave and cannot leave the UK because of travel restrictions related to COVID-19, you have to use the form that's basically uploaded on the Home Office website. If you're eligible for an extension of leave to 31st of July 2020, the Home Office will update your records to reflect your circumstances. Now, when you give your email to the Home Office, they will contact you, and soon after submitting the form to confirm your email address. Once it's done, you need to contact the Coronavirus Immigration Helpline or mailbox, and they'll reply to you within the 5 working days. I just want to clarify, this is to do with the fact that if you're applying to extend your visa and you're on a short-term visa rather than applying for a longer term. Now, what about what's happening with the application and service centers in the UK? So we have the UK Visa and Citizenship Application Centres, which is now called UK VCAS, and Service and Support Centres, SSCS. They are temporarily closed because of the coronavirus. The last time I checked was actually just last Friday. I was submitting an application, and then when I went to the point where I want to book an appointment for the biometric, they won't allow it. So they said there's still the biometric enrollment still suspended, and you cannot book an appointment. So as it states there, you cannot book an appointment. If you already made an appointment to attend a UK VCAS or an SSC, you will be contacted to be informed that it has been cancelled. You'll be advised when you can book a new appointment. It's happened to a lot of our clients where we managed to book an appointment, but only to be told by email that appointment has been cancelled and we'll have to wait for the next available one. We don't know when is that's going to be, but we just have to wait and see. We'll keep checking for you, and then obviously to my clients, I'll let you know when would be the next available date. Lastly, your immigration status in the UK will not change as a result of you not being able to attend an appointment. The most important thing to remember is that once you've submitted the application, before your visa expires, you will be safe, you will be protected. So you don't have to worry about not going to the biometric enrollment because you're already safe at that point when you submitted the application itself online. So that's it. That's it for the my immigration advice today.
Crystal, have you mentioned the fees?
There's no fee to extend your visa until the 31st of July 2020. But of course, if you're planning to switch to a different category, then you have to pay the home office fee. So, for example, if you're applying as a spouse, then the home office fee would be 1,053. They didn't change, they didn't increase the fee this year, which is a good thing. But the IHS, as Jean said, normally you would have to pay £400. In fact, they were thinking, Priti Patel has announced to increase the IHS to 624. But again, Chris, Jean quite rightly pointed out earlier, there was a court case at the upper tribunal about that. So, but the home office, they might appeal it. We just have to keep an eye on that one.
Okay, so thank you for that very thorough explanation of the extension of the visa. I was actually, yes, if you didn't say na libre or kung may bayad, parang unfair talaga kung magbabayad ka kasi hindi mo naman kasalanan na
it's not their fault.
Yeah, it's not your fault to be in the UK. And in fact, I don't know if both of you would have an answer to this. What about if you're a tourist and you need, of course, a place to stay kung naubos na yung pera mo? Do you know of any charity organizations na tumutulong sa mga turista or even Filipinos, siguro mga kababayan natin Pinoy?
Well,
sorry, Crystal.
Well, I was going to say, if they're here to visit families and friends, I'm sure they'll be accommodated by them. But if they're just here, just touring UK, I would say perhaps to contact the Philippine embassy for help or their own embassies for help, because they would have some sort of an arrangement in place for someone who's actually stranded in the UK.
Yes.
Yeah, ang masasabi ko lang diyan is so dalawa kasi ang klase ng tourists, no. Meron genuine tourists na talagang may pera kasi magbi-visit sila dito and they will have money to spend, obviously. Then the second one would be those who have relatives here, either magulang or pinsan or whatever. So, siyempre in the case of the second one, meron kang pupuntahan, may tutulong sa'yo. Pero in the case of the first one, yung mga talagang self-funded, malamang naman siguro meron sila talagang pondo na nakahanda. Kung hindi, dapat yung insurance nila ang magbabayad sa kanilang expenses. Kasi kung pumunta ka dito bilang isang turista, normally, dapat meron ka ring travel insurance mula sa Pilipinas. Hindi lang mula dito na magta-travel ka sa Pilipinas, di ba? So from the Philippines, meron ka dapat insurance para pagdating mo dito, kung may mangyari sa iyo dito, ang insurance ang mananagot. So halimbawa magkasakit ka, pwede rin nilang padala yung pamilya mo dito para masamahan ka, at pwede ka nilang ibayaran para umuwi sa atin. So, yung dalawang yun ang medyo siyempre, kailangang alam ng mga tao.
Okay. Also, follow up on that, Jean and Crystal. I'd like to find out if you are a tourist and, the National Health Service is free for, of course, the residents in the UK and the citizens. What about if you're a tourist and you suddenly experience COVID symptoms? Libre ba ang pagagamot sa mga turista na may COVID dito sa UK na turista sila at nasakop sila ng lockdown?
Well, when I read about that, actually they said they will be treated if it's related, COVID related.
For free?
For free, they did say for free. But if it's any other treatment, of course they will have to pay privately. And I would say to check the Home Office website for that information because it's actually there.
Okay, great. So, mahaba yung usapan natin ngayon. Mahaba po yung programa natin ngayong araw because we wanted to tackle a lot. We accommodated yung hindi natin nakausap last week na si Bong Agustines at si Nelia. And of course, we also paid tribute to our frontliner, Melugin Ballesteros. Unfortunately, hindi natin nakausap nakausap online, pero nakausap ko siya sa Messenger, si Rainier Ballesteros sa kanyang pagbibigay-pugay sa kanyang ina. At si Jean naman po ay tinalakay ang karapatan ng mga undocumented migrants. At si Crystal ay yung tungkol sa visa extension. So siguro bago tayo magpaalam, silipin uli natin yung mga nakasubaybay sa atin ngayong hapon and shout out muna sa mga masugid nating taga-subaybay at nakikinig po sa programa natin sa One You Connect. Errol Isip.
Hi, Errol.
Hi, Errol. Si Errol po ay sa Kapampangan. Tama?
Presidente ng Aguman Kapampangan.
Aguman Kapampangan. Nagbigay rin yan sa atin ng mga information earlier in the month tungkol dun sa mga kababayan nating Kapampangan na tinamaan ng COVID-19 at namatay. Carmela Principe Rant, stay safe to all Filipino frontliners. You are doing a great job. That's what she meant. This will be over. Okay. Who else?
Chi Romero, taga Medway actually. Isa po siya sa mga senior nurses na nagbibigay ng advice sa mga kababayan natin na hindi alam kung ano ang gagawin. So mabuhay kayo.
That's good job.
Kayo mag-asawa. Sila ni asawa niya si Will Romero.
Okay.
In fact, in Medway, sorry Rose.
Go ahead.
I'm proud of Medway. That's where I'm from. And the hospital here, Medway Maritime in Gillingham, we have a history there. My son was born there. My husband had an operation there. So I really support that hospital. And there's so many Filipinos there working, Filipino nurses who came from the Philippines, and they formed a family life, if you like. They a close-knit community in Medway. So kudos po sa lahat ng mga nagtatrabaho sa Medway Hospital.
Si May Tigbaw Vargas, hello, watching from Devon. And watching from Sunderland, si Karine Sales Smail? Tama ba? Okay.
Ito si Darmin Ballerinion. She's actually from Belgium.
Oh.
Alam natin na panlima ang Belgium sa bilang ng mga namatay sa Europa. So baka pwede rin natin silang maimbitahan minsan para ipaliwanag naman sa atin, ikwento sa atin kung ano ang nangyayari sa Belgium, not just necessarily in Brussels.
Yes.
So
Okay.
Darmin, handa ka dyan ha?
Okay, Darmin, ikaw ang magiging mata at tenga ng One You Connect dyan. Bigyan mo kami ng impormasyon tungkol sa mga kababayan natin na nakatira po sa Belgium. Sino pa yung mga nakatutok sa atin ngayon? Chel Santa Ana? Taga Kent din po siya? Yes, mabuhay po kayo. Salamat.
Lan Santa Ana. So that's Christina and Arnold Santa Ana. So they're related.
Ay, si Ralph Ralph o Ray Luis.
Oo.
May question siya, sabi niya, kailan mag-o-open ng embassy? Alam ko po, sarado pa sila dahil inaayos pa daw. And ang alam ko po, magbibigay sila ng notification pagka pwede na.
Okay. Jean and Crystal, gusto ko rin lang paalam sa inyo na dapat ngayong hapon sasamahan tayo ng ating kaibigan na si Mids Mirabueno ng Dabawenyo, UK, dahil kasalukuyan po siya na nagdi-distribute ng mga pagkaing donasyon ng mga ilang diplomats, private individuals na ayaw na magpabigay ng pangalan, kasama ang ating programa One You Connect na gusto nating i-announce syempre para ma-encourage pa yung iba nating kababayan na gusto pong magbigay ng donasyon ng pagkain para sa mga frontliners natin sa London. So si Mirabueno ang nag-iikot po dyan sa London, namamahagi ng pagkain ngayon. Sana ay gusto natin siyang makasama dito sa live, pero mahirap din mag-connect sa kanyang telepono dahil nga po sa signal. Kami nga na nasa bahay lang, hindi kami lumalabas, on and off din yung signal natin. So Mids, maybe next time. And of course, ang kaibigan natin si Marie Fairbank na nakipag-coordinate din sa atin para dito nga sa live sana na maipakita natin ang grupo nila na nag-organize po ng pagdidistribute ng pagkain. Kasama po dyan ng ilang diplomats. Yung alam ko nung mga nakaraang linggo, yung Polo OWA din ay kasama ng grupo nila sa pagtulong sa mga kababayan natin. Lalong-lalo na po yung nawalan ng trabaho at yung unfortunately mga undocumented migrants na hindi din po sila, wala po silang paraan para makapagtrabaho at nasa lockdown ngayon. So there you go. Jean and Crystal?
Okay, maraming salamat po. Ako po si Jean Alcantara. Magandang araw po sa lahat at sana po makasama namin kayong muli. Sana may natutunan po kayo ngayon. Hanggang sa muli po. Ingat po kayo.
And I'm Crystal Dias. Thank you for tuning in and until next time. So we'll see you again sa Kamustahang COVID-19 sa One You Connect po.
Maraming salamat po sa pagsubaybay nyo sa amin ngayong hapon. I hope marami po kayong natutunan. Ito po ang aming serbisyo publiko ngayon pong panahon ng COVID-19 lockdown. Huwag po ninyong kaliligtaan next week. Makakasama pa rin po namin kayo. Sana ay sumubaybay pa rin kayo dahil meron po tayong panauhin, isang nurse po na nagkaroon ng COVID-19 at ibabahagi po niya ang mga importanteng dapat gawin kung ikaw ay dapuan ng COVID-19, whether it's mild symptoms o yung severe symptoms, marami po kayong matututunan. So, abangan po ito ninyo sa susunod na linggo. Maraming salamat po. Ako po, si Rose Eclarinal, kasama po ang puwersa ng One You Connect sa Manila, ang ating food technical director si Chad Solis at ang ating associate producer na si J. Montelibano MacLeod.
And don't forget Ferdy, our director.
Ferdy Ado na nagiging busy ngayon sa pag-deliver po ng Jollibee para sa mga kababayan natin sa iba-ibang bahagi ng UK. And of course, ang nag-aalaga sa kanyang mga magulang because yung parents niya po ay may COVID-19, si Kiara Gregorio. Pagaling sana yung magulang mo, Kiara, and join us next time. Maraming salamat po. Magandang hapon.